Had to get up a little extra early today to make sure this is perfect. It's actually just after 6:30 in the morning right now as I'm filming this. But yeah, this is like about, well, actually, it's like one boat way in the distance over there, which we can hear. But you take that aside, it's not as tranquil as you could ever hope for Cuckoo Lake to be without it being, pitch black and nighttime. So, my low, my high, my act of kindness. Well, my high was I got to be with my dad pretty much all evening last night, and we got to watch some basketball, watch a couple of the UFC 263 prelims. Had dinner, obviously. That was really great. It was a nice evening. But my low was after dinner, we had to wash off the back patio you see behind me, because apparently my father's going to stain the deck today. And, we had to, and it's just something I didn't want to do after having dinner. I mean, come on, you want to do that sort of thing before dinner, But it was fun. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it took maybe half hour, 45 minutes, but it's just something that you don't want to do. Plus, that's my act of kindness. I don't care what anyone says. So I met my dad. That was my act of kindness. Ooh, look. A big old spider. Hope no one's afraid of spiders. Ooh. Actually, just stay on camera. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I scared the spider away. Don't worry. I scared the spider away. You're welcome. Okay, so good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. It is very nice and very peaceful. Almost nary anyone in sight, but it's quiet out. There's gonna be people fishing, which it's fine. Sometimes you got fish. Ooh, interesting. Look, some of that seaweed wasn't there last week, but now it is. See, believe it or not, when we first come up here for Memorial Day weekend, there really isn't much seaweed up here to speak of. Unless you were to go maybe deep farther out. But as it gets warmer and obviously more opportunities for sunshine, even sunlight can let's be honest, ultraviolet light can pass through water. And that's what's making, obviously, the chloroplasts react to the natural sunlight. That's creating food for the plants from within, and it's making them grow. And that's your science lesson for today, folks. You're learning. Okay, so oh man, I forgot to do something. I totally forgot to do something. Okay, so I'm at dinner with my dad last night, right? And we're talking, but sometimes we use our phones because let's be honest, we live in that day and age where we have to constantly be on our phones. Yeah, I know, I'm guilty of this. I'm sorry. But I found a survey that once asked, what Tim Burton character are you based on your Zodiac sign? Now, for those of you who are always wanting to know this, I'm actually a Capricorn, right? So, I mean, unfortunately, if you ever go to what of these things are you based your horoscope sign? For me, you gotta scroll almost all the way down to the bottom to actually get your answer. Because they start, apparently the Zodiac start in March or something for Aries, I think. And you gotta go all the way down to December, which is again near the bottom, to get to Capricorn, which is me. And I actually remember a few of the answers. If you're an Aries, you're apparently Edward Bloom, the Ewan McGregor character from Dumbo when Tim Burton remade it. I'm like, oh, it's this kind of Zodiac sign thing. So I keep going down. Found a few really neat ones. Apparently, if you're Cancer, you're Edward Scissorhands. That's cool. If you're a Leo, you're Beetlejuice. If you're if you're an Aquarius, I think you're the Penguin. Danny DeVito, the Penguin from Batman. Although, speaking of Batman, guess what? I'm a Capricorn, and my character is, I'm Batman. Yes, I am Batman. Yes, I will take that all day long. Especially it's Michael Keaton Batman. It's awesome. I will take that all day long, man. Love it. So, yes, you can now refer to me as Batman. Yeah, you don't have to refer to me as Batman. Although, I got to say it, though. It's really cool. Seriously, like, everyone loves Batman. You kidding me? Because, like, it's the second highest grossing comic of all time. Only behind Superman. Although, One Piece is most likely going to catch Batman before it's all said and done, but that's a story for a different day. Then my dad and I started talking about Batman just because, like, just it was something to talk about, right? And we're going over, like, all the actors who played Batman. And we went, cool. Look at that. Yeah. That was a big fish trying to get some flies. It was awesome. Love that. I think that fish is going to pop up again. Is he going to pop up again? Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. They always come back. Anyway, so we're talking about all the actors who played Batman. You know, obviously Michael Keaton, you know, when Tim Burton directed. That was my Batman that I'm talking about. Then, like, in Batman Forever, it was Val Kilmer. Then the infamously horrible Batman and Robin, that was George Clooney. And there wasn't a live-action Batman until, you know, the mid-2000s when we got Christian Bale as Batman. And then Ben Affleck, who a lot of people... I mean, I've never seen Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice or Justice League. But from the scenes I've seen with Ben Affleck in them, everyone's like, yeah, Ben Affleck is the best thing in the movie. So I will take their... And from what I've seen, I 100% take their word for it. I actually... And in the upcoming Batman reboot, for like the third reboot or something, they're going to have Robert Pattinson, a.k.a. Edward from Twilight, as, you know, the next Batman. Which, dude, I'm okay with. Listen, people like Robert Pattinson and Taylor Lautner and Kristen Stewart... They all get an infamously bad rap because they were all in the Twilight movies. And, yeah, those movies are bad. No one's ever going to dispute that. But they're good actors, and just being in, well, technically a series of bad movies, you know, that should never be held against them. Like, seriously, Kristen Stewart's really been holding her own as, like, an actress over the last couple of years. And, like, I legit buy her cred, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of have a crush on her. I'm not gonna lie. So, there we go. Anyway, where was I? So, then you guys know me. I'm a voiceover junkie. Obviously, I had to talk about the voiceover actors of Batman. Because, you know, and keep in mind, my father, I mean, he's not really that big into, obviously, animation cartoons, which, you know, is understandable. I mean, some people are, oh, look, there's that big fish you saw earlier. I think that's the same big fish. I don't know if the phone got it, but yeah. Okay, he swam away. Man, that fish was cruising, man. Jeez. Like, really cruising. Anyway, where was I? Right, I'm talking about the voice. Now, I grew up in the 90s. Batman the Animated Series was everywhere. So, yeah. Kevin Conroy, easily... Yeah, I'm just saying, he's the best Batman. He's the best Batman, he is. I mean, don't get me wrong, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, those two are great for live action. And speaking of, actually, this is one person we didn't talk about when it comes to playing Batman, but Will Arnett. Oh yeah, I'm including Lego Batman here. Will Arnett's actually, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's obviously not as good as Kevin Conroy, obviously. But when it comes to movie Batman, he's definitely one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. So, then we've talked about, and don't worry, Batman fans, I'm talking about the direct-to-DVD anime movies as well. I gotta talk about Batman Under the Red Hood, which I actually sort of explained the story to my dad a little bit because he didn't know what it was. But in that movie, Batman is voiced by Bruce Greenwood, who you may remember from when they remade the Star Trek movies, you know, in the late 2000s, he was Admiral Pike. And seriously, Bruce Greenwood is a great Batman. He's definitely one of my favorite Batman too. So, it's a Batman Batman or Batman's. Well, anyway, I really liked him playing as Batman. He was a good Batman, very good Batman. Highly approved. So we're talking about then with Batman Under the Red Hood. Like, here's the thing: when it comes to any of the Batman movies, animated or live action, otherwise, everyone pretty much agrees that the best Batman movie is Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Very true. I have to say, if you want to say that, I will not argue with that because, yeah, it's really good. It's actually tied with my 3 favorite Batman movies for me are tied. I'm not really good at making decisions, you know that. So my 3 favorite Batman movies of all time are Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, Return of the Joker from Batman Beyond. Seriously, that's a good one too. Actually, it doesn't need to be Bruce Wayne as an iteration of Batman. So yeah, Will Friedle, who was Terry McGinnis. He's another great Batman. I'll take that. And anyway, so Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, Return of the Joker, and Batman Under the Red Hood. Those are my 3 favorite Batman movies. And with Under the Red Hood, a lot of people say this one's the best just because on principle alone and what it does, it gives Mask of the Phantasm a run for its money, which I 100% agree with. But I'm just going to say this right now. Mark Hamill may be my favorite Joker for obvious reasons. But if I had to pick a second favorite, sorry Jack Nicholson, sorry Heath Ledger, I gotta go with John DiMaggio. Yeah, Bender from Futurama, one of my all-time fictional heroes. Bender from Futurama, John DiMaggio, he is the Joker in Under the Red Hood. And, yeah, if you ever watch Under the Red Hood, you know why. Although I'll never really, because here's the thing, you guys know, I've talked about this guy before, but one of my all-time favorite internet personalities was the Blockbuster Buster. And when he did honest reviews of all the direct-to-DVD DC animated movies, he couldn't really talk about them all at length because they're short. Seriously, if you watch any of those direct-to-DVD DC animated movies, they're like an hour 15 minutes tops. He really couldn't say much without giving anything away, which is understandable. Don't want to give too much of the plot away, otherwise you could spoil the movie. He complained that the Joker, when John DiMaggio played the Joker, it was his least favorite aspect of it because he sounded like Bender. Don't get me wrong. John DiMaggio's voice, I can tell when he's speaking, for sure. But never did I ever get the feeling like, okay, this is Bender trying to be scary. No, this is John DiMaggio playing his own take on the Joker. And for him, it worked. So, there you go. Although, don't get me wrong, that's not to say anyone else but the Joker's bad, but I gotta say, no one's ever going to beat Mark Hamill. No one is ever going to beat Mark Hamill. He is the best. And the fact that he's Skeletor in He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelation coming up in July, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think the creators of He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelations saw Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go, saw Mark Hamill as a skeleton, and like, let's cast him as Skeletor too. Oh man, I hope they both take place in the same universe. That'd be awesome. Oh, well, who knows? Maybe that could happen. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's, In a way, I guess I sort of gave my I really should talk about my entire history with Batman at length at some point. Maybe I'll do that later this week, if I remember to do it. Like, just give my thoughts overall on Batman, just as like a series, franchise, all that. Maybe I'll do it, I don't know. It's definitely worth, talking about. I'm not opposed to doing it at all. Plus, considering that, Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the boring parts of the week. I'll have to play this one by ear. I will have to play this one by ear. I'll have to see. Anyway, that's about all I have to say on that matter. What can I say? Last evening was wonderful. It was warm. My dad and I went to church. We went to the Antique Inn for dinner. He got his New York strip with a side of spaghetti, Italian crumbly blue, and a crock of the French onion soup. I got my queen cut prime rib with a side of fettuccine alfredo, Italian crumbly blue with extra onions on my salad, and a crock of the French onion soup as well. And I actually also get mine with the horsey sauce. I don't know, I really like their horsey sauce last night was really spicy. I like that. I mean, yeah, I know I've always wanted to be on Hot Ones and stuff like that. And being on Hot Ones for me would be nerve-wracking, but I'll be honest, I like hot sauce. I use it whenever I feel like I want to, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those guys that, takes bottles and bottles of hot sauce and practically use it to the point where you might as well just chug the thing and use it up. I'm not like that, but I like a good hot sauce every now and again. I'll put on, my mom's mac and cheese and stuff. So, yeah. So, you give me, horseradish or horsey sauce, sign me up. I hope it does kind of kick my fanny. I wouldn't mind that at all. So, anyway, that's really about it. Then we watched the deck and watched some basketball, watched a little bit of, the UFC 263 prelims, which, they're pay-per-view, so we couldn't watch it. But if I recall, there was not one, but two main events. I think the first time that was ever going to happen, too. For flyweight, which was 125, and middleweight, which is actually the weight class above where I am right now, which is 185 pounds. So, yeah, it's like that. Actually, it's, I think maybe two. I gotta look this up. It's been a while since I've looked up all the weight classes for UFC. I do remember middleweight being above welterweight. But, yeah, honestly, personally, I like being a welterweight myself. As someone who was a heavyweight for about a good, what's between 2/3 and 3/3? 2.5 thirds of his whole life. Honestly, being a welter's good. I like this. I can actually stand people seeing me with my shirt off. There's that. Plus, honestly, I will admit, I never had this problem, but I love being able to see my toes when I bend over. I never had that problem before, but I like doing that. Anyway. I'll get the bright one out of the way first. Oh, okay. Now I can't see. There we go. Now you have to stare into the light. See it! See the light! See the light! Okay. Favorite, chat, the subscribe button, follow me on social play. I'm trying to get you on YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy. For a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Remember, because I want to talk channel, we're going to be here to learn you. Right back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.